right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of When It Rains, It Pours. I'm Keith Ray.
I'm Salazar Mulholland.
Okay, these names are getting more and more obscure. Is that like the same Mulholland from Mulholland Drive, or
No?
no? Who's Salazar Mulholland? Who was Salazar Mulholland before you assumed their personality?
It's just a name I made up.
Oh, okay.
In high school, we had this thing called the data match.
Okay.
Where you like fill out a survey and then it tells you like what girls or guys you would match up with to date or whatever.
Oh, really? It was like a matchmaker game for the student body?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I was in student council, so we were the ones that like ran it and collected them and all that. So I took an extra sheet and I took this chick. I took her sheet and I filled it out 100% exactly the same as hers.
Oh, okay.
And I put Salazar Mulholland as the name. Just made it up out of the blue. So then when we get them back,
without naming any names, this is like a popular, good-looking girl in school, I'm assuming.
yeah, this,
Maybe the it girl, so to speak.
I wouldn't say the it girl is, I mean, she was all in our group. We were all the popular kids or whatever, but
Right on.
but she, I mean, she was popular, she's attractive, but she's also kind of dumb.
Okay. Things that are... that sentence is like things that are
So
not
that's
all
why
that...
that's what makes a prank.
Okay.
If it was a smart girl, it wouldn't work. But so we get the results back, and of course hers is 100% matched with this guy.
Yeah.
And but also a lot of her answers were similar to all her friends, all
okay.
the chicks. So they all are like in the 90% of them, and so she's like freaks out about it. She's like, who is this guy? I've never all this. I'm like, and I'm casual about it. Like, she's talking about it to everybody. I'm like, oh, you don't know Sal?
You don't know Sal?
Oh, dude, he's a foreign exchange student. He's in my econ class or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, Sal's the man. You gotta go out with this dude.
Oh my God.
It was funny. I don't know if I ever told her that it wasn't true.
she probably was just like, wow.
I think
somewhere out there.
I told one of the other chicks or something, and then they probably told her. But
Somewhere out there is my Salazar.
yeah,
His
I just thought that sounded like a cool name too.
His student visa ran out and he had to go back home early.
Yeah.
No, I had a friend who sponsored the foreign exchange student who came over and was part of our group. She was actually like a grade ahead of us. But she took all of our classes because they were like, well, you don't speak English as good as everybody else, so we're going to put you back a grade. But they didn't realize that she was German, which means that she was already like a college student.
Like, probably already spoke English.
Oh, she did speak English. There was nothing wrong with her English at all.
Where was this?
This was at Blue River. This is my junior year of high school. She would have been a senior, but she was put back in junior class. Oh man, she got fucked
over, dude.
Like, you get to come and visit America, and
You're
that
a
America
foreign exchange student, and you go to fucking Mount Summit.
Okay, here's the thing. It wasn't even Mount Summit, man. The family she lived with was out off Messick Road, which is like a no man's land of Henry County between the main town, Newcastle, Mount Summit, and Moreland, which is a town that doesn't even have a gas station anymore.
She must have had some relatives that worked at concentration camps or something.
Oh, she did not like when we brought up the Holocaust.
That's some straight karma that lasts for your whole
well,
family lineage, dude.
We became really good friends, but like the first thing she ever said to me was, "Are you stupid or like slow?" Because I didn't understand. We were in physics class together, and I was not a very good student in physics. It's not my aptitude. I struggled. And I was like, rather than actually getting to the bottom of the problem, I was like, let me just kind of see what you're doing here so we can just get through. I'm just going through the motions so I can go to college at this point. And I remember she's like, are you stupid or something? And I was like, no, I'm not stupid. And my grandparents fought against fascism. Where were your grandparents on that thorny coin? You know, like I was immediately take it to World War II. Like stupid hadn't fallen off of her tongue for a second before I was like, oh, really? Concentration camp, grandpa.
Yeah, usually
you know,
when
like
you think of like foreign exchange students, like some Guatemalan kid that just goes to like fucking.
Well, that would have been a step up.
Nice
Whoever would have been
suburb or fucking Chicago or something, or
no,
get to really see.
This girl was from Hamburg. She was from like a nice city in Germany, and also like she was an intelligent person on her own accord, but also like just their schooling, they're ahead of us. But in America, we think, oh, you don't speak English perfectly. You speak English with an accent. You need to go back a grade. But my buddy whose family sponsored her moving her foreign exchange, they didn't send one of their kids. Like nobody from our school got to go to Germany. But my buddy was trying to hook up with her like the whole time. And she wouldn't give him any play because she took the whole like we're your American family thing seriously. And my buddy's like, but we're not family.
Oh, the guy that she lived with?
Yeah, but we're not family. It drove him crazy. He was just trying to, hook up like the entire time she was here. And then like the last day before she flies back to Germany, she whops them titties out. Like a going away present for him anyway.
Probably didn't shave them pits neither. Fucking
probably not. I know. I think
Bavarian and shit.
German chicks are like are pretty up on what's in vogue pubic hair wise, and like because like in like sexuality in Germany is well further evolved than here in the puritanical New World.
What's that got to do with them shaving their pits?
Well, people that are into like leather, bondage, shaving, all these things, all of this fetishism comes up out of that shit. Really? I mean, the ones I see in German pornography are all shaved. Maybe that's just the ones who are in sex work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
and
that's
they
a good
know
point.
they're mostly selling it to the dumb Americans.
The dumb Americans.
Oh.
Yeah, the Americans who are so dumb they think you need to go back a grade.
First off, before I forget too, there's a correction from last week's episode.
Oh, really? Is it a retraction or just a correction?
Correction. It was Barbara Walters that Sean Connery said he liked to smack women around to, not Oprah.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean, cut the dude some slack, man. He's fucking Scottish, What do you expect?
The funny thing about the Scottish, we have kind of a weird kinship with Scotland, America.
Maybe you do.
I just mean Americans in general because they are like part of the UK, right? And
Sadly.
when we think of like the British that we fought off in the Revolutionary War, you think of the United Kingdom. You think of the fucking white X over the blue backdrop with the red cross with the white outline over that. You think of that flag as like the British flag, right?
What the fuck is this? Sheldon Cooper's Fun with Flags podcast?
I'm just saying.
We don't need a fucking history of flags lesson, dude.
Well, but the people of Scotland still feel like they're occupied. Like in 2021, Scottish people don't think they're British at all. Don't associate with being British.
Neither do the British.
Yeah.
They think
they
Scottish
occupy
are scumbags,
they
which
occupy,
they are.
They occupy Scotland.
Listen, Keith.
Yeah.
You know the only thing dumber than a retarded Irishman?
What?
All of the people of Scotland.
See, I didn't see.
You know what?
I didn't see that.
You know what you get if you look up Scottish intellectual in the dictionary?
What?
Psych!
No results found.
You know the only thing that smells worse than a dirty Irishman's kilt?
What?
Your breath.
I don't think. Okay, I'm just stop asking questions.
See, that was a long walk. See, I just said all those things about Scottish people that I don't really believe just because I wanted to get to a "your breath stinks" joke.
Well, I mean, I've just been learning about Scotland from a friend of mine who runs like a forum for Scottish people
Fucking
online, and apparently they all kind of live in these like project houses.
No, have you not seen fucking Braveheart? They live in thatch huts.
Yeah, in 10 AD they did, but now they all live in the projects like the fucking Wu-Tang Clan, and like the Wu-Tang Clan circa 1990. Anyway, it's fucking rough over there, and they're like, we pay all these taxes.
They call their families clans too.
They do. We pay all these taxes, and then we get no representation, and we get nothing for them. We're living in fucking poverty.
That's why they should grow some stones like the Republic of Ireland.
You know, I was thinking about that because as a vehement IRA supporter, you know, it's like you've got to stand up against the royal family and Britain as an occupying force. Just because you're forced to, by chronology and history, to share an island with a bunch of wretched Anglos doesn't mean that you have to lay down indefinitely for that, you know? So
I don't know. Nowadays, they might be better off being a part of the UK than being independent, really.
Not according to people in Scotland.
I mean, shit, it's not like Prince Andrew's going up there and fucking every woman the night she gets married.
No, just...
They're all too old for his taste anyway.
It's not that bad, but it is bad. And, you know, I'm just saying, but that's the thing. Like, I'm probably the first person you ever heard mention the plight of modern day Scottish people. Am I right? You ever heard anybody bring that up? Ever?
What?
No? But we've been barraged amidst a barrage of free Britney for fucking 6 months. Like, anybody should give a shit about this fucking pop star? He's not keeping her in a hole in the basement. She lives a lavish life under supervision because she's mentally ill, or at least had suffered a public nervous fucking breakdown. But that's just the ego of popular thought, you know? What's important? The fact that an entire nation of people is still being oppressed by the original fucking crown oppressor, that at one time had its foot on the neck of 3/4 of the fucking world. But oh no, they're next door neighbors, so it's not a big deal. They share an island, so it's not a big deal. What's important is that we make sure that Britney Spears gets to fill out the room service card. We don't need her dad filling out the room service card for her. He skimps on the cheddar on the cheeseburgers. You know, he won't let her get blue cheese crumbles on her steak. This is what's fucking important.
It's got you worked up.
Yeah, I'm worked up over for a lot of things, you know?
Well, here's my advice. Here's my advice for the people of Scotland if they want to feel better about their plight.
Or fix it.
Sign your kids up for the foreign exchange student plan, and when they get sent to fucking Blue River Valley, they can come home and tell you how good they got it in their British tenements. Because they could have their fucking American family brother trying to fuck them for fucking 5 months or whatever the fuck.
I love how...
And the big night of the week is going to the Pizza King that's part of a fucking gas station.
Part of a larger convenience store. But still.
Whatever.
I'm mad about a lot of things this week, John. You sent me this fucking Rolling Stone article that the top 500 songs of all time.
They're at it again.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, as far as journalism goes, it's things like this that make you go, now I get why Hunter Thompson blew his brains out. I'd rather be fucking dead than be associated with this line of fucking dog shit. I mean, this is from the same rag he used to write for, no less. Who did they pull out of the woke dungeon to fucking, like, clunkily shove these non-great songs into this list? Because basically what they did with the list is they left most of the songs that you would expect to see on a top 500 songs of all time list. We'll get to some of the specifics here in a moment. But you're going to see songs by the Beatles, Fleetwood Mac,
Bob
Dylan,
Rolling Stone,
Otis Redding, Aretha Franklin. You know, the great recording artists of the 20th and 21st century. But then they'll just, like, out of the fucking blue, let's start in the top 10. The top 10's where it's like fucking...
the top 10.
Yeah.
Well, number 11, God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. That's a good song.
Is that a good song? I don't recognize the title. Is it off the Pet Sounds album?
Yeah.
So it is a good song. Anything off Pet Sounds is a good song.
Number 10's Hey Ya by Outkast. Which really isn't even Outkast. It's just Andre 3000.
Which it makes sense that they would
singing, not rapping.
They'd want that particular song. I could see Rolling Stone wanting to keep an arm's length from Big Boy, you know. He's got some questionable ideas about the ladies. I don't know if you're familiar, but anyway, go on. So, Hey Ya, not even the fucking best song by Outkast. Outkast isn't getting two songs in the top 10. They're not going to get two songs in the top 10. But let's go ahead and put Hey Ya up there because that's the one that all the white people know the fucking lyrics to. Jesus.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Yeah. Go on, John.
Number 9's Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. I don't know.
Not my favorite Fleetwood
Never been
Mac
a
song.
Fleetwood Mac big fan, but...
I mean, they made some of the most beautiful sounding records of all time.
It's subjective. I mean, obviously, it's not going to be all my favorite songs in the order that I like them.
Yeah.
But, you know, so...
We don't expect that out of this list. But some reasonable, great songs.
Here's where we get a little fun. 2001's epic masterpiece, Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott.
What number is that?
Number 8.
So, Get Your Freak On is number 8 song of all time.
Yeah. Better than all 492 on the list after it.
A song that I only know
that didn't make the list
because it's the song Tits McGee barfs all over Steve Carell in the 40-Year-Old Virgin 2. Is the 8th greatest song in the history of music. Boy, we're cooking. I just don't Missy Elliott doesn't even belong on the list of the top 500 songs of all time as an artist.
This is where the transparency comes in, Keith. It's a woke list. It's all about woke talking points. Like, she ticks all the boxes.
Well,
LGBTQ, black, female, morbidly obese. All the oppressed people wrapped in one.
Oh, man. Morbidly obese people are considered oppressed?
Yeah, you can't fat shame anymore. It's all about body positivity, like Lizzo.
Well, no, I understand that. I understand it not being okay to fat shame people.
Yeah, it's not okay to put fat-free on your label if it's a fucking diet food product. It triggers people.
I understand that it's mean to call fatties fatty. If you call a fatty fat, you're a fucking asshole. But oppressed? This is a country where you can literally buy enough sugar to kill your diabetic ass every 8 feet.
Though. Maybe not oppressed, but
marginalized.
Yeah. The unprivileged.
Free the fat. That's what I think when I think fat free. I think free these fat people from their chains that is being fat. You know? It's like, hey,
free your mouth and your fat will follow.
Yeah. You're fucking, they're chained. They're in a prison of their own making. And and I understand that when I say their own making, they're like I also just said there's sugar on every fucking corner. And you can wash that down with a vat of melted grease. I mean, it's available everywhere and in purchasable quantities for you. I get that, but at the same time,
just like alcohol, you drive from here to Bloomington on 37. Yeah, all you see is fucking beer, fucking billboards, liquor billboards. And then when you get to Bloomington, all they want to do is arrest kids for underage drinking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I was in L.A., it was one of the few times in my life I got sober. And I went several months of in L.A. not drinking at all. I think about 6 months. And there's a liquor store on every corner. You could drive from my place to the Comedy Store and pass 20 liquor stores. It's the temptation is everywhere, no matter what your vice. You know, sure, there's like 8 less liquor stores here in Indianapolis than in Los Angeles, which is weird because there's like, I don't know, 12 million less people. But whatever your vice is, the temptation's out there. I'm just saying, like, if you want to free fat people from the oppression, it's like the fat is the oppression. It's not being called fat isn't oppressive. If anything, it's like calling a fat person fat is like being on the back of like Harriet Tubman's buggy. And like a little slave is like running behind you, and you got your arm out, trying to like, come on to freedom. Like you're trying to pull them up onto the stagecoach to drive on out the South. Like, I understand that it's not a nice thing, like, but Imagine you got your hand out to pull somebody up onto the stagecoach, and they just go, I don't like the way you asked. You know? Like, reminding people of their obesity is one of the few ways to get people to think about it, to put the thought that I need to lose some weight in front of the idea of how good whatever in their hand tastes. You know what I mean? Whatever's in their hand tastes. Like, you got to do something to push past how good this salted caramel gelato is to get them to think about, like, how they're killing themselves with fat and sugar. I don't know.
Yeah, Missy Elliott, Get Your Freak On doesn't belong at number 8. We'll just leave it at that.
I agree. Fuck Missy Elliott. She's not even top 10 rappers. And in the top 500 songs, there should only be about 10 rappers represented anyway. Because you have a lot of music to cover in 500 songs.
Yeah.
Where's Africa by Toto?
I don't know. But, so number 7's Beatles, Strawberry Fields.
Okay, Strawberry Fields Forever. It's a... There are people who would probably say that's their favorite Beatles song. I would never have them to one of my parties, but, like... Okay.
I mean, it's a good song, but
yeah,
whatever. Then Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? Same thing.
Did it get bumped?
It's
because last year it was number 1.
It's an iconic song. Maybe not my favorite Marvin Gaye, but
it might be my favorite Marvin Gaye song. I mean, I'm more of an Otis guy. I like guys really...
Sitting on the Dock of the Bay was like 28 or something. And
my favorite Otis Redding song would never make a list like this. Mr. Pitiful. That's the cream of the crop from, like, danceable soul music, if you ask me. But
then so Marvin Gaye, then Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, number 5. Another one. It's just their most played song. It's not their best song.
Yeah. And isn't this, like, I understand that Rolling Stone isn't, like, trying to change the world. But wouldn't this be a good opportunity to teach your readers about a song they haven't heard of before? You know? Like, to catch a deep cut and I understand you're not going to see deep cuts in the top 10, but it's like that Hey Ya, you know? If you're gonna have an Outkast song, maybe an Outkast song that has all of Outkast on it. It's only a 2-member band.
Yeah. Maybe throw in a Goody Mob feature on there.
Yeah.
Little CeeLo, little fucking big get.
Which, by the way, CeeLo Green survived his canceling. Did you know that? This dude is on tour right now, all over the country. I don't know if he still has an all-white woman band, but I know that he's back on the road anyway.
Number 4, Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone.
Great song.
Just because they got their name in the title.
No, that is... I mean, Bob Dylan's not even making my top 10, but should he make the top 10? Yes. Should that be the song? Sure. Fine.
Yeah.
We're not... Like a Rolling Stone's fucking great song, you know.
Then, but number 3, this is probably the one we'll agree with the most, is Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come.
Yeah, great song.
Yeah.
I would put that in my top 5. As far as pop music goes, no question.
Yeah, I love that song. Here we go. Now we're starting to get fun.
The second greatest song in the history of music.
Yeah, second greatest song in the history of music. Has a lot of yeah boys in it.
Oh.
Public Enemy, Fight the Power.
Fucking Radio Raheem?
Fuck you, Radio Raheem.
Yeah, that's 2 times on this motherfucker.
I'll shove those D batteries up your fucking ass, you fucking bully.
Yeah, fucking picking on a hard-working, 12-hour shift-working fucking convenience store employee.
Yeah.
Trying to put fucking rice and soy sauce on the fucking table for his family while you just walk around all day blasting that fucking protest music in everybody's face. Come on,
I love it how it's somehow racist that he gets choked out by the fucking cops, but he's allowed to go around picking on all the Puerto Ricans and fucking Koreans all day. I hate that fucking guy.
Yeah. I don't think it was good that the cops just strangled him like that. But again, like,
karma, dude.
Yeah, karma's a bitch. And fucking Sal, talk about a man pushed to the brink. Like, I don't ever think it is acceptable for people to use racial slurs against one another. Term of endearment, you know, case by case basis. I'll side with public opinion on that one. But as far as like using a racial slur to insult somebody that is the race that's intended for, not only would I would never do it. Yeah, not only would I not ever do it, but I don't think it's acceptable. Except when you're Sal from Do the Right Thing. It's like, what the fuck do you want from this dude?
I bet it felt good when he bashed that fucking beatbox.
Dude, that beatbox, that boombox had it fucking coming.
Yeah.
And like,
who just goes around, even if it was the #2 greatest song in the history of the world, who goes around listening to the same song all day long and forcing everyone else in the neighborhood to listen to it?
Yeah, everyone, everybody in that fucking
I'm
block
gonna quote my boy Samuel L. Jackson, who's in that movie.
Better be fucking careful. Does he play a crackhead in that movie?
I'm glad he died, and I hope he goes to hell.
Yeah.
And that was what was that from? One of the John Grisham movies?
A Time to Kill, yeah. No, I was like...
yeah, I'm glad they did, and I hope he burns in hell.
I just... I mean... That guy was pushed so far. This is just a nice, hard-working guy making the fucking pie.
Pisses me off, though. It's like, I love rap. Like...
Yeah.
Well, it's like you said. We got 3... rap groups in the top 10, and it's Public Enemy, who, Chuck D is a good lyricist, but it's him and a fucking retarded gremlin walking around. Like, dude, I would have rather him put Cold Lampin' by Flavor Flav on here, his solo song that he actually ever fucking rapped on. But then Missy Elliott.
Cold Lamp.
And then an Outkast song that has no rap in it, and it doesn't even have the second member of the group.
It's like a pop song.
Like, dude, can we get a little fucking It's Supposed to Bubble? Or fucking... I would wish the #2 song was I'm So Bad from fucking Hard to Swallow.
There you go. That's a good song.
Now, who...
Or Mr. Big by 8 Ball.
Who's more cutting edge?
And
fucking Public Enemy, who wants to fight the power, or a black man who's saying he's so bad he can suck his own dick? How do you think that went over in the hood in fucking Houston?
Yeah.
That's fucking brass balls right there, dude.
It really is, because it's like you don't know if they're going to get you on like that homophobic level.
Yeah. Or
if they're just going to get you out of like some pure jealousy. You know, because like that braggadocio be the death of some fools, you know.
That's a strange thing to brag about, but
yeah,
we can't. None of us can say we haven't tried.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give a big 2 thumbs down to Public Enemy at #2. I can see how it's on.
I like that song.
I can see how it's on the list. I mean,
Fear of a Black Planet.
Yeah, but. Come on,
that's
dude.
not my favorite Public Enemy album. I'm more of a it's gonna take a nation of millions to hold us back. That's like I respect all members of Public Enemy, including, as John put it, the R-worded emblem or R-worded gremlin. I like Flavor.
Like, dude.
I like Flavor Flav.
Gremlins from the movie.
I'm familiar. I used to think Lil Wayne kind of looked like a gremlin too. But Terminator X is my favorite.
Flavor Flav's face looks like black corduroy pants.
I didn't get it at first. Okay. What I'm saying is I like Terminator X, but the best part of Public Enemy was that they were like the gay answer.
Well, then what's the
the 2 Live Crew? Because like 2 Live Crew, a far superior rap group.
Yeah, of course.
And to all the rap groups discussed so far, my favorite personally, as far as groups go, is going to be 2 Live. And what they would do is they'd have like strippers from Miami come dance on the stage to all their songs. Now all their songs are about fucking and sucking and licking and lick my asshole and all these just really just
what was the other
cream
name,
of topics in music and in art. And then in kind of this weird pseudo militarism.
Who was like the leader of their little like military dance?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what. So
Professor
Public Enemy. Was it
one,
Terminator X? That's the DJ.
That's the DJ.
So what's the other guy's name? There's one because there is a leader guy, and you're on to something
here. But they kicked him out because he was fucking crazy. And he's the one that Nick Cannon ended up saying that shit on his show about the Jews and shit.
Yeah, he's
Professor something, I think. I don't know. But he definitely doesn't have a PhD.
These guys would be like doing push-ups and jumping jacks in like some futuristic fucking Black Panther uniforms, looking like Star Trek got raped by Eldridge Cleaver. Shout out to the rapist of the fucking Black Panther party. Admitted rapist. Soul on Ice. Read it. It's 125 pages of brutality. So it like the lack of fun, and I get that the whole thing was they were political, they were a rebellion and things like that.
If I'm watching a rap video, I want to see dancing girls.
Yes,
not a bunch of fucking ROTC failures.
Yes, they look like the black version of what's that movie with like Matt Dillon and Tom Cruise? Taps. It's black taps going on the other side of the stage. And then you got I really do artistically, it's hard to beat Public Enemy. We're not shitting on Public Enemy. We're just saying fucking Radio Raheem's Jam ain't the number 2 song of all time. It's ridiculous. I would rather have seen right now, if like a Randy Travis song was the number 2 song of all time, people would be like, any reasonable person would be like, what fucking Klansman snuck into the fucking boardroom at Rolling Stone and fucking changed this? Because this is like, it's unacceptable. It's just the same sentiment as that. It's so on the nose. It's transparent, like you said earlier, John. That ain't your second favorite song. You don't listen to Fight the Power every fucking day.
Well, first off, I liked Fight the Power the first time I heard it, when it was What's Going On by Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, thanks for
it's the same fucking song.
Thanks for putting 2 of the same type of song, which brings us to the number 1 song of all time, which I'm going to have real serious problems with.
Number 1 song of all time, my favorite Otis Redding song, Respect.
Absolutely. You know, why can't a man just go to work and come home and have his bitch ready there to suck his dick and fucking make him some goddamn food? You know, just like, why can't a guy, you're paying so that the 2 of you can survive. Why can't you just come home from work to a nice blowjob? I remember Respect by Otis Redding.
Yeah.
Is that the version they used for the number 1 song?
No, they used Aretha Franklin's version. So, first off, the #1 song of all time shouldn't be a cover.
That's a good point.
Second off, I'm never gonna like this just because there's 2 songs that everybody loves that really irritate me. First one is Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder.
You don't like that song?
How the fuck does he know?
I think most
He
people
might be ugly as fuck. She might be ugly as fuck.
Yeah, but like that's just
It might be the ugliest baby that ever popped out of a pussy.
But I think people look past the fact that he's blind to enjoy, like it was a feeling that he had that song came from. I understand that words have meanings, and what he means is she's lovely.
Isn't she lovely?
Like with a question mark.
Isn't she lovely? I don't know. You can't see, motherfucker. You don't know. You could say, doesn't she smell nice? I really love her goo goo goos. You can't fucking see her. She might be ugly. She might not be lovely at all. So there's that.
Yeah, and chances are she's going to have a big-ass forehead.
Yeah. She looks like you. She might be lovely if your woman was cheap.
That motherfucker, he's like the only dude I ever seen with a hairline that's like a perfect hairline from the sideburn up over the head to the other sideburn. Like he just got none of this up front.
Hey, you look good, Stevie.
he got none of this up front. Shit Jesus at all. Okay.
So then this next one is Aretha Franklin, Respect. Now, I'm not going to say that Aretha Franklin isn't a good singer. I'm not going to say it's a terrible song.
Not at all. I love that song.
The problem is it's a song that was written by a man with completely misogynistic intentions.
Yeah.
And from a completely misogynistic point of view.
Like if
you changed a couple of he's to she's and hims to hers, and it's a feminist anthem?
Yeah, not really.
That's what it's recognized as.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it's #1, because it empowers women. So you're telling me women aren't good enough to write their own songs?
Yeah, they couldn't even write their own
feminist
anthem.
Could you even write?
Yeah.
Aretha? What grade did you make it through?
No, she wrote her own songs, a couple of them.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm saying it gives off the wrong impression to me.
Yeah.
If I want to write a feminist anthem or sing a feminist anthem, why wouldn't I write it myself?
Also, she had other songs that were way more feminist for her to be singing, like Chain of Fools.
Why should it be at #1 when you said yourself it's not even your favorite Aretha Franklin song?
Yeah.
And you cried when she died.
I did. You have to.
That's what I mean. You love Aretha Franklin, but you can't agree to this being at #1.
Not at all, because what I know about Aretha Franklin, like she's a woman raised in the church. Her father's a very strict preacher. So just for her to go into making secular music at all was a real, like, I'm risking my relationship with my family to make records for people. Then she makes a song like Chain of Fools, which is a song designed to comfort whores. Or, I'm sorry, I don't mean actual prostitutes or anything like that, but like by the standards of 1950s America, if you've had a chain of lovers, you've been around the block, so to speak. That's what that song is meant. It's meant to comfort women who've been around the block. And so that, if you think about it, is more of a feminist expression. Not only like, Dad, I've slept with multiple men. I know you and Jesus don't want to hear that shit, but that's the way it is. And frankly, so have a lot of other women. And they need somebody out there to tell them that it's going to be okay and that we shouldn't take shit off of these fools. That's a much more feminist song than making a song that was like, God, this woman won't get off the couch or do nothing for me. It's like a why do I even put up with you kind of song. And you just take that and flip it on its ass and call it progressive. It's not. It's regressive. Like I said, and I should know I'm a progressive.
It's just ticking the boxes. Just like I said with
Aretha
overweight, black female. But here's why she's number one and Missy Elliott isn't.
Because she's a great artist?
No.
And Missy Elliott is not?
No. Because sometimes it's not the person that ticks the box. Sometimes it's the song. Like, Fight the Power. This song, like I said, they took Archie Bunker's theme song, changed a few pronouns, and made it into a feminist anthem. So the song is transgender. Checkmate.
You just blew my mind.
Checkmate, motherfucker.
I don't even think it's the weed. Like, that's brilliant, John. And
they should have used Papa Was a Rolling Stone instead of Like a Rolling Stone if they wanted to get their name in the top 5.
That's a good point. Better song, as far as listenability goes.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But
that's a great song.
We don't have to really go through the list, but since you do have it up on your computer there, could you just kind of scroll up through the top 100, top 150? You don't really have to.
Where do you want to start at?
Well, I'm not saying.
Well, they've got them in groups of 50.
Well, just go on up through the rest of the top 50 and just kind of graze over and let me know if you see any other Public Enemy songs.
Sure, you don't want to close on the transgender song.
Well, I'm just saying you could at a glance just tell me, do you see any other songs by Public Enemy?
Because we got Stevie Wonder, Superstition, another Rolling Stone song, Give Me Shelter.
Okay.
Or that's the highest Rolling Stones, actually.
And you're just in the teens here.
Yeah, 14, The Kinks, Waterloo Sunset.
I'm just saying if we're talking about the transparency here.
Here's our first Beyonce, number 16, Crazy in Love. Surprised it wasn't that Formation. That one was the video.
And we don't mean transparency in
Bohemian
being honest.
Rhapsody.
We mean transparency as in we can see right fucking through you, bitch. Like,
Imagine dropping very quickly. It's number 19.
Damn.
That could be due to his spousal abuse.
What, because he hit the first one? But he had Yoko.
He might have been hitting Yoko, too. Who knows?
He might have been, but she, right or died.
It's from Northern England. They're damn near Scottish, dude. Stick with the Londoners if you want to fucking... Here we go. Robin. Dancing on My Own. Never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Number 20.
Who is Robin? With a Y.
Never heard of her.
She is the 20th.
Here we go. Swedish disco queen.
First off, dude, nobody from Sweden has a song that is the top 100 songs of all time. They might
have some kind of death metal or something that might be decent.
But that would be top 100 death metal songs.
That's all those Scandinavians care about, that fucking death metal shit.
But do not put anybody from Sweden in the top 100 greatest songs of all time. America got this shit sewed up. There ain't even no K-pop on this fucking thing.
I'm gonna be clearing.
I'm not trying to sound like a Zionist, but
I'm gonna be clearing out hardware store shelves like a fucking meth manufacturer at fucking pharmacies. I don't have enough hammers to handle all the people that made this list.
Yeah, but we're not seeing anything from Public Enemy, are we? And we're not going to.
Ronettes, number 22.
Oh, I love how they put the Ronettes there, which is great because that's like a dog whistle, right, John?
See,
so that keeps.
I'd rather see like "Let's Do It Again" by the fucking Staple Singers than fucking the Ronettes or Aretha Franklin.
Oh, I like the Wall of Sound. I like all those like kind of chubby Italian fucking girl groups. They're great. Are you kidding me? I bet they were the most had the most annoying voices in real life, like all just Sopranos wives.
Kanye's top songs at 25. With Pusha T, "Runaway."
I've never even heard of that song.
No, me either.
Jesus Walks.
Joni Mitchell, here you go.
Is nowhere to be found.
What song do you think it is by Joni Mitchell?
Paradise. Paradise.
Case of You.
Oh, that's probably her best song. If you,
Born,
I don't know,
Born
River,
to Run, number 27. Okay.
You don't like Springsteen? Springsteen can be in the top 50.
Talking Heads, Once in a Lifetime. See, that's another one. They just put it just because it's just because the video's famous. Like I'd put Tom Tom Club ahead of that. Fucking This Must Be the Place.
But not a single other song by Public
Dr.
Enemy.
Dre, Snoop Dogg, Nothing But a G Thing, 29. So they actually have one real rap song.
That's good
so far that we've seen.
Yeah.
I guess Public Enemy.
And Hey Ya is a good song. I'm not saying it's not a good song. Even Missy Elliott's fucking White Girl Barf Anthem from 40-Year-Old Virgin is an okay song. I'm not going to necessarily I know I probably changed the channel. If that was on the radio, that now it's like she sounds kind of like a methed up John Frusciante, or not, what's the Red Hot
Frusciante
with but what's the Anthony Kiedis, with me now, coming with me now, and she's like, ooh, I could speed that up a little bit. Then give it away.
Number 30, Royals by Lorde.
Yeah, no place on this list. Put her down in the 400 to 500 range.
31, Rolling Stones, Satisfaction. Which, see, that's one thing that at least they didn't put Satisfaction as the top Rolling Stones. They had Gimme Shelter. So,
but that was it was better when Otis Redding did it. And I got that straight from the mouths of the Rolling Stones. So it's like
Juicy by Notorious B.I.G., Johnny B. Good, Chuck Berry.
The Rolling Stones have more have more songs in the top 100 songs of all time than the Beatles.
Papa's Got a Brand New Bed.
James Brown breaking the top 40. Not even, I mean, Please, Please, Please is a way better.
See, that's another one I would prefer. Papa Was a Rolling Stone as a Papa song.
I don't know. Papa's Got a Brand New Bag is a fucking good song.
Little Richard, Tutti Frutti. So they went Little Richard, James Brown, and Chuck Berry all in a row.
I wonder if that was just easier that way.
So
to lump together.
At 33, we got a guy that peed on prostitutes and farted in their face. And filmed women in his restaurant's bathroom.
Filmed women shitting.
34, we got a guy that fucking had pulled a shotgun on a woman for peeing in his bathroom and got in a fucking high-speed chase on fucking, what was he on, crack or meth or something?
PCP. Angel Dust.
Oh, even better.
The good stuff.
And then Little Richard, who... just really happy guy.
Just a happy guy.
So
no, Little Richard's the shit.
White Stripes, 7 Nation army.
He became gay and then straight, and then gay and then straight like 4 times in his life. And he died a straight man. Or a gay man in... Well, because here's the question. Is he a gay man in denial when he says that he's straight? Like, after having had tons of gay sex throughout his life? Like, he claimed that he prayed the gay away right before he died and all that shit? Is he allowed to be straight again? Or do people in the woke community condescend to him and tell him that he's just back in the closet?
Well, nowadays he would just be pansexual.
Well, but here's the thing. He's saying, no, I'm straight. I always was straight. And when I was gay, it was the devil inside me.
Well, he needs a note from the conversion therapist that he saw.
Is he entitled to his opinion?
He needs a vaccine card that's from the fucking conversion therapist.
I mean, if you can be a twin spirit, which I just learned about this word. Have you heard about this one, John? Twin spirit is people who have both. It comes from the Native American culture. It was their term for sissy boys and butch women. Twin spirits, right? So it means essentially you have both a male and female spirit. Not like the non-binaries who are neither male or female, but people, and not a transgender where you would be a transitioned to a male or a female, but you just kind of are both as it suits you. And they call this twin spirit, which I didn't realize that like butch and sissy they're not like mean words, you know? Like, why not? Or even if they are, why not take them back? Wouldn't it be easier than being like, hey, I'm then appropriating something from Native American culture for the trans movement? But anyway, that's the new thing is twin spirit, which, hey, I salute. You know, but
whatever.
Yeah, whatever. There's no one with a twin spirit on the top 500 songs of all time, except for maybe Little Richard, who claimed to be a straight man when he died. But answer my question now. Do you think like is he? If you're allowed to identify as anything you please, can't Little Richard just identify as a straight guy if he wants to?
Yeah. Everybody changes what they are all the time nowadays.
But what I'm saying, well, I'm just saying, is that PC? Is that acceptable?
It ought to be.
I would hope so.
Follow their way of thinking.
I would hope that they see it in their hearts.
If you're allowed to change from a man to a woman, you ought to be allowed to turn straight to gay and gay to straight.
He realized the only thing he had to do was outlast his sex drive, and he's straight. He's 95 years old. His dick don't work anymore anyway. He's like, you know what? I really did prefer pussy all along.
I think if anybody that's seen Little Richard at any stage in his life, he's an odd character.
He's fabulous.
Leave it at that.
He's fucking fabulous. Don't get it twisted. I'm a fucking massive Little Richard fan. I know the words to like every song he put out on Specialty Records.
But I'm saying he's unique.
Yeah. He used to
let him be.
He used to look for the prettiest man and the prettiest woman at his shows in the crowd, invite them to come party with him. After the show, they'd stay up late, boozing and playing piano and partying. And then, like 2 live-action Barbie dolls, he'd have them, you know, kiss each other and pet in front of him. And he'd just kind of sit there like a fucking when Cosby orders a sandwich on the Cosby Show. You know, he's got the sandwich, the delivery's on its way. Time to dance to no music. The music that's going on upstairs.
Oh, here's a real good one too. Number 50, Daddy Yankee, Gasolina.
I like that song.
You like it?
The 50th best. The 50th best song of all time. Like, and
they had to get a Latino in there.
They're just placating.
Latinx, excuse me.
They're just placating. Don't say Latinx. The Latin community has fucking made it real clear. We don't want that shit.
Well, they don't get to decide.
They sent it back.
They don't get to decide.
The steak's been overcooked.
Woke white people are the ones that get to decide what the Latino community wants to be called.
I was just letting you know. Like, I'm the kind of guy.
No, I know.
I try and respect the people at.
Yeah.
I try and respect the issue at hand.
If you say Latinx to a Latin dude, he's gonna say maricón. And if you say it to a Latin woman, she's gonna say maricón. They aren't hip to gay stuff.
Oh man, I heard this fucking hilarious take on the whole catcalling thing. Did you see what Luis J. Gomez said about the whole catcalling phenomena in New York?
I've seen it.
I was
before.
Like, it just fucking blew me away. He's like, so in Latin culture, in Puerto Rican culture, that's the type of Latin he is. It's catcalling is like a cultural thing. You start doing it when you're like a little boy, and you do it to all women, from the oldest little teeny tiny grandma to young teenage girls, your whole life. And it's just like, it's a thing that you're supposed to get a snicker out of. Like, hey, beautiful mama or whatever. And then the little old lady is like, oh, you know, it's a pleasant thing. Not out of any kind of aggressive, aggro place. And then gentrification happened in New York City, where Latino communities there were invaded by white people, and white women, of course, come along with white people. So they didn't like it. They didn't like being catcalled. Well, so it's like they start this whole war against catcalling, and it's like, you already stole our neighborhood. Now you're going to tell us our culture is offensive.
They had that big video, that catcalling video that they staged.
Oh yeah, well,
with the one chick walking through New York. That thing lost a lot of traction once they realized it wasn't a lot of white guys that were doing it.
Yeah, past college,
they pulled it, like the feminists that were trying to use it to,
because they realized it was hurting people of color.
Rape culture. They realized, well, it kind of hurts some of my other narratives that I want. So, yeah, they lost interest in that one.
Well, I don't go to Luis J. Gomez for like deep political thoughts, but I mean that one, I was impressed by that point. You know,
but yeah, don't go to him.
I was impressed with it's just so obvious bullshit.
It's a cultural thing. Then when you mix cultures, sometimes it's oil and water, you know.
Well, but I think back to the times I've been around other young men who were catcalling, and none of them ever thought it would lead to getting a phone number. And none of them ever thought it would lead to, like...
Got a spider on you.
Oh my God! What the fuck? It's dead now or severely injured. What the fuck?
I mean, okay.
because we used to holler at girls out the car.
Construction guys thing. It's like, I don't know.
When I was younger, we'd holler at girls out the car at the park. Yeah. You know, girls out jogging, or when we were like freshmen in college. Freshman year of college, there was a lot of hollering at girls out of the windows of cars, and nobody was like, "Oh man, I hope she's got to go talk to a therapist about this. I hope we really traumatized her when we were like, what's up, beautiful?" Like,
here's number 90, Aretha Franklin, "Natural Woman," which I think that's a better song to me.
That should be number one. I forgot about what a great. Feminist. Well, I guess that's about an idea that's kind of pre-feminism, like the idea that like a man completes a woman and a woman completes a man.
It's not
naturally.
What's the name of the list? Is it the top 500 most politically influential songs, or is it based on how good the fucking song is?
Yeah. Because, like, they only had one Fleetwood Mac song, and it wasn't fucking Rumors. That song, I defy you to find a record that sounds better. Beautiful piece of music. Anyway, I'm glad we were able to debunk, so to speak, this shit, because it just seems like they take most of the same songs, like say 450 of the same songs that they always have used for this list, because they are the top 500 songs. And
the next list they're going to come out with is the top 100 greatest guitar players, and Missy Elliott's going to be number 5.
Yeah, Lil Wayne, Travis Barker, because he played guitar on that one song from Blink 182. That one day their studio guitar player was sick. Yeah, it's insulting to music fans. First off, music has always been where we all come together, you know? Because, you know, you hear the stories of, like, the Swampers down in southern Alabama during the height of the civil rights era, and they were like, yeah, we never thought about race or anything like that. Nobody was racist. We were all making music together. Black guys, white guys, black women, white women. We all worked together just to try and make good music. There wasn't any of that tension there because we loved what we were doing and we were doing it together. It's transcendent, you know? That's what music truly is. Music is transcendent of all the problems that we face as a society and as people. But they, at Rolling Stone magazine, this magazine born in fucking rock and roll in the heart of the free love movement, fucking chooses to pull music down into the muck. And disappointing. It's like 90% of the songs were picked out by Dad's generation, and then the rest were picked out by Gilbert's.
Yeah.
You know, Baby Bro's like,
I just don't get why
put MGK. Make sure MGK is in the top 200.
Has to be about politics.
Yeah.
Like, why can't this be about the music?
Why can't it be about the funk?
You know? Where the fuck is Maggot Brain?
Where the fuck is any funk in the first 100 fucking songs?
Yeah.
It's fucking absurd. Oh man, because like I would understand why there's no black metal on the fucking hair metal or even death metal on the top 100 songs. It's an acquired taste. It's like free jazz, bebop. Not everybody gets into that shit. But there's no funk in the top hundo?
They're probably the closest is like Earth, Wind, and Fire, September.
which is
lame.
September by Earth, Wind, and Fire is the funk, the same way I am a skinny black man.
That's what I mean.
Like, it's like, no, that's just fucking
Might as
hurtful.
well be the fucking Commodores.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, where's the fucking Ohio players?
Yeah.
Skin tight.
Now, talk about a funk song that had badass horns and a guitar solo. Fire by the Ohio Players. Can you beat that? I submit
Skin
no.
tight.
Oh, Skin Tight. Yeah.
Skin tight.
I'm glad that we were able to trash this article for a whole hour, John. It was like,
Yeah, hopefully fucking they got next on there.
oh yeah, on the top 500.
Yeah.
Well, you said you wanted to talk for a minute about shooting guns, but we've already gone for over an hour. Maybe we'll have to talk about that a little bit next time. Because when we were out last week, we went shooting and everything.
Yeah, we had fun. That was blessed.
Yeah, I really had a ball. I hope everybody enjoyed the first ever boat cast.
Yeah.
And if you know of another
It turned out
podcast
good.
that
It was
has
pretty
done,
good. It looked good.
dude, I thought
watched
it looked,
some of it just to see what it looked like and how it sounded.
I thought the
Couple
sound,
little windy spots, but not bad.
but on the whole, I thought the sound and the video looked absolutely great. So big ups to our producer. We really appreciate.
It almost kind of looked like a green screen behind us.
It did kind of, right? It really wasn't. We were on that fucking
Yeah.
boat. And if anybody
just
out
looked
there
fun.
knows of another podcast that's ever done a podcast on a boat, please let me know. But as far as I can tell, I think we're the first ever people to do a podcast on a fucking boat, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Breaking fucking records here at When It Rains It Pours, man.
Yeah. Well, fuck you, Radio Raheem. We're out.
We're out.